This is Fred Beck from Fred Talks Fighting. I'm joined for the first time in a long time by Fouseytube. It's nice to see you again. How are you?
It is so good to see you. I've done a lot of interviews right now, but I'm most excited to be on yours. I watch you from afar. I saw your hair transformation. I see the red always. You're looking good. You're feeling good. I'm excited to be here.
Thank you. It means a lot, obviously. That's crazy that you're watching. Obviously, you live in America. It's quite mad. But I haven't seen you in a long time. What have you been up to? Everything.
Nah, not everything. After the loss to Deji, it affected me in some way.
Yeah.
For whatever reason. Like, it's not just the loss in boxing, because the loss is a loss. It did something to me internally, like my confidence, and it made me take a deep reflection, and I spent time with family. I spent time practicing my faith and getting closer to my religion and just finding myself again, being sure that I wanted to come back and what I wanted to do when I came back and not just come back out of ego or anything like that.
Because remember, you made an appearance at the Texas show back in November.
Yeah.
Were you still going for it then, or you kind of come out on top then?
You know what? I tried at that event. I put on the suit, I looked good, I felt good, but I put the mic down and I went home that night and I remember talking to my mom and I was like, I didn't feel good. I wasn't there. My confidence wasn't there. I didn't feel ready. So I needed to take time to just spend some time with myself.
Okay. That's quite good that you know when it's quite. I'm gonna get my words correct here, but it's quite good you know when to take a step back and when to take a step forward. You're taking a step forward here today. How's it feel to be back here tonight?
It feels amazing, man. Everybody's been so receptive. You know, people see me now, and it's like it's different now. And I think it's because I got humbled greatly. I think that's the one thing I'll take away most from the loss is my demeanor changed, like how I was changed, which I think I needed in life because I was arrogant when I was fit. I was arrogant. I was cocky. I talked down on people who were overweight. Like I was doing a lot of things that didn't fit my character. So seeing everybody now, they see me, oh, Fousey, big hugs, big smiles. It feels really good to be embraced like that again, and I'm happy to be back here.
Did you miss the love?
Oh, yeah. Love is so important, man. Love is so, especially when this is a real thing. A lot of us get our love from social media, our likes, our comments. I haven't posted in about 9 months. Maybe a tweet just this recently. I posted nothing. So even the love that we get from socials I didn't have. And growing up, that's all I got my love from. So I really had to dive deep to really find love, and that's why I spent so much time with family.
That's really nice to hear. Nice to hear you're doing so well as well. But now you step back into the scene, you come back into the chaos. If I were you, I'd have stayed out. I'd have put my feet on and been like, okay, I fought a few times, I had a fun time, got a good paycheck, but you come back into the scene now. Yeah. What are your plans being in Happy Punch in Memphis boxing? You
know, when I first started in the scene at Social Gloves, it was doing what you're doing right now. The interviewing, the commentating, and I want to go back to that. I want to go back to what I enjoy and just having fun and being a part of the scene in any way I can. So I'm going to have a discussion with them, talk to Mams, and whatever way they see that I can fit back in the scene is how I want to fit back into the scene.
Sick. Are you involved in the show tomorrow, or are you just going merely as a fan?
I came here under the notion that I would be 100% as a fan. I'm just here to spectate. But when I was talking to somebody earlier, he might have just said this in passing. He was like, we'll get you some airtime tomorrow. So,
oh, man.
I mean, I have a suit. I'll be wearing a suit. And if they get me airtime, great. Yeah. If they don't, great. I'm here to enjoy the show.
That's quite nice actually to have. Obviously, bring the suit, come prepared. But before I let you go, let's run over a few fights. Deji, you fought last August. He's fighting Swarms, who also fought last August. How do you see your former foe, Deji, playing out?
I think, and I've always thought, Deji is one of the best in this scene, if not the best in the scene. Deji deserves his respect and deserves to be rated. With that being said, I rate Swarm so much for his transformation. Boxing-wise, I haven't seen enough of Swarms. Even his fight against Ryan, we didn't see enough. So I can't say what version of Swarms is going to come out, but I have Deji with the victory.
Okay, that's quite interesting then. I see Nick LMAO walking around here, and Keemstar told me yesterday that he's planning on doing a tag team with Alex Asabi and Nick LMAO. We'll just touch on Alex Asabi. Do you think the Deji rematch will happen? Do you think that could be next to Deji if he does beat Swarms?
I think it should happen. You know, I think it just makes so much sense in the story, and I think it should mean so much to Deji. You know, that loss could have been the win that he had against me, like coming in and showing the new and improved Deji. So Alex just showed his wits against iDubbbz, showed where he's at. Deji's about to show where he's at tomorrow. It lines up perfectly. Let's run it back and let's run it on Misfits.
Main event as well. I think it literally nearly sold out half the arena last time, so definitely rematches. They always sell a lot better, and Misfits is doing so well now. Just one last thing, KSI Joe Fournier. I think that's going to be closer than people think. Or do you think it'll be a one-sided beatdown? How do you see it?
I've been saying that if Joe is who he says he is, then he should be able to play around with KSI. He should be able to time him as he come in wailing. He should counter. He should be able to tag him. But I don't think he's going to. And I have KSI coming out clear on top. And I've even, like, if I was talking to you as a friend right now off camera, I would say KSI by knockout.
And you still believe that now, tomorrow night?
Yeah.
And do you think finally we get KSI Jake Paul after all this time in August, December, Fousey? I know you're in the mix of all of it.
Look, I'm not saying this to wish a loss on anybody, but in the perfect YouTube scenario of what could happen, after this fight, KSI fights Tommy Fury. If, for whatever reason, KSI were to lose to Tommy, then you have Jake lost, KSI lost. Let's fight, winner gets the rematch.
Oh, wow, that's interesting.
In a perfect scenario. Now, granted, no, I don't want JJ to lose. I'm not saying he would lose to Tommy, but I'm just saying that's how it would play out perfectly. But I don't think KSI and Jake is next.
If KSI was to fight Jake Paul today, how would that go? Obviously, Jake Paul's coming off a loss, but then KSI's coming off a good win. How does that go, Fousey?
You know what? I don't want no smoke from anybody, so I'm just going to say, may the best fighter win.
That's what I always do. I always play that card as well. But Fousey, it's very nice to see you again. Thank you for the interview. Appreciate it. Thank you. It's nice to see you again, Fousey. Appreciate you. Thank you.